Michael Yabsley. Now I want to bring in the federal member for Mackellar on our Northern Beaches, Jason Falinski, who's just finished question time. G'day, Jason.
Hey, Jim, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Thanks for your time as always. Now, you're about to go toe-to-toe with some independent candidates at the federal election. How concerned are you after seeing the rise of independent Larissa Penn in Willoughby?
Oh, mate, I'm not concerned at the moment. I mean, I'm always paranoid because only the paranoid survive. But the fact is that, you know, these decisions are made by the people of Australia, not by me. My job is to do the best job I possibly can and let the cards fall where they may. But in Willoughby, we haven't even, you know, over nearly half the electorate voted by postal votes. Not a single one of those votes has been counted. And frankly, I think it just makes the point that Michael Yabsley was making, which is these independents have no integrity. I mean, she was out there complaining about the Beaches Link tunnel, which is going to provide massive relief to hundreds of thousands of people that live on the North Shore.
Yeah, but it obviously resonated. But it obviously resonated though with voters in Willoughby. That's hence the reason. I think we've got to wait and see because we haven't seen what's happening with the postal vote. But it's a big swing, Jason. It's a big swing. Almost 20% is a big swing. That is a very significant swing. You'd expect some swing after Gladys's departure, but almost 20%. I mean, that's disastrous.
Mate, if it's 20%, it's big. But then I'd also make this point, Jim. Don't forget in 2013, Barry O'Farrell, who ran a very popular government, had a 26% swing against him in the seat of Miranda, and Mike Baird went to an election less than 2 years later, promising to privatise poles and wires, and won in a landslide. So I think by-elections at a state level are not good indicators of general election results.
Well, but clearly the voters are sending a message to the Liberals. I mean, do you think the feds will suffer come election time in a few months' time?
Well, if we don't do a good job, absolutely we'll suffer. If we do a good job, then the people of Australia will give us another 3 years. And so I'm not focused on by-election results. I'm focused on doing a good job.
Why is there still no Liberal candidate? I mean, let's cut to the chase here. The pre-selection process is a mess. Why is there no Liberal candidate in Warringah, especially in light of what's happened in recent days with Zali Steggall? It's great fodder for the Liberal, if there was a Liberal candidate, to jump on it.
Well, mate, I agree with you. I think it's, I'm being quoted today, is absolutely unforgivable. The people of Warringah deserve a choice. They deserve a choice now more than ever. What we found, as Michael Yabsley was just saying, we've got a problem here with a lack of integrity. We've got a problem here where explanations are not being given. We've got a problem here with all these fake independents are using the same person who, by the way, whose career is actually structuring assets so that people minimise their taxes, and he's the shareholder of Climate 200. So we have a fantastic point to be made to the people of Warringah and the Australian people generally about what sort of people do you want in Parliament, and we're not giving them a choice. We're not giving them an alternative.
So where does the responsibility lie, Jason? Where does the responsibility lie as far as this pre-selection? It's just farcical.
Yeah, well, Jim, as you know, there's an old Chinese saying which is that success has 1,000 forebears and failure is an orphan. At the moment, no one wants to concede that they're the parents of this situation. But yes, I think there are a number of people who share responsibility for this situation.
Which people?
Well, mostly in the organisation, speaking bluntly. But you know, I don't sit on state executive. I can't actually name names if that's where you want me to get to.
That's where I was going.
What I can tell you is that it's the responsibility of the organisation to produce pre-selections. There's been a lot of ink spilt over who's responsible for this, and I mean, I encourage your listeners, if they're interested, in the entrails of the internal workings of the Liberal Party, just to Google some of those articles.
Are you concerned about the independents challenging you as far as Mackellar goes?
Mate, as far as I go, I'm focused on the issues and doing my job, and as I said to you before, let the cards fall where they may. So, for example, we were just talking about Beaches Link, which is a road tunnel, which is frankly 70 years overdue, which will deliver relief to hundreds of thousands of people on the northern beaches, tens of thousands of families who will cut their travel times to the city by up to 30 minutes a day. That's the sort of stuff that I'm focused on. And that's the sort of stuff where, you know, I will then go to the election and say, this is what I'm fighting for. This is my vision for the future. And I don't just look for your vote. I'm looking for your support to actually get that done. And that's what I'm doing. And, you know, as I say, let the cards fall where they may. It's a democracy.
Jason, thanks for your time this afternoon.
Thanks, Jim. Really appreciate it.
Good on you. That's member for Mackellar, Jason Falinski. It is 13 to 4.
Traffic. Get prescriptions delivered to your door with